years. Nowadays, it's even very important place because this is the place for big receptions. I mean, this is the official, not the home, but the official palace of the royal family of Spain when they need to do a special welcome reception. For instance, when a king used to visit Mallorca, our kings, Juan Carlos and Sophie, they used to prepare to do the big celebration for the big event, the welcome event, always here. That's why years ago, when the president Bill Clinton, visited Mallorca, the big ceremony, the big welcome event has been also done here in this Almudena Palace. Okay, so Palma, here we are. The square you have got here at the front is called Queen's Square because the great grandmother of our king Juan Carlos inaugurated this square years and years ago. I'm speaking about Elizabeth II of Spain. That's why the square is called like this, the Queen's Square. On our right, the King's Gardens, a little bit like the Alhambra Gardens, because obviously close by the Almudena Palace remains. Also a very important place because of the acoustic for concerts. So that's why here on your right, you will, in case you stay this afternoon in Palma, perhaps you will be also invited for free into this concert. Okay, and close by the Queen's Square, here you have the Borne Avenue or the Borne Street, where in the past Mallorquins looking for a wife or for a husband, they used to walk up and down all through this street because, let's say, when it was not internet or telephones or bars or whatever, well, people used to meet the couple exactly here, just walking and looking for a husband or a nice wife. That's right. That has been very popular till the beginning of the 20th for looking for a couple. That's right, believe me. Also a very important place where we are for shopping. I mean, not only elegant shops like Louis Vuitton on your left hand side, Loewe here at the front on the corner, also on the left, but also, well, even in case you wish to buy some postcards or in case you wish to buy some magnets or some tiny gifts, well, this area is well, for everybody, for every pocket. This other square is Juan Carlos I Square, obviously the name of our king. In case you wish to visit the popular Corte Inglés in Palma, we have two of them. The old one, the most popular one, is the one on your left hand side. Corte Inglés is in Spain like in UK Max Spencer or in France Lafayette. So it's our local department stores. So we have two Corte Inglés in Palma. Madrid has got 5, Barcelona also, so on and so forth. CNA here at the front, but the next street where we are gonna go through in a minute is especially popular because of Tiffany's style or modern style. I mean the typical style of Gaudi in my country. In a second, I'm gonna pay your... On your right hand side here you have also built obviously at the beginning of the 20th as apartments, not as a palace, but only for being used as homes. On your right is twins buildings. One has been finished in 1911, the other one 1912. But with any doubt, the most important Tiffany's style or modern style building is the one on your left hand side. It has been inaugurated in 1902. That was built as a luxury hotel. That was the very first hotel in Palma, or building in Palma, with electricity and with a lift. It has been used as a luxury hotel till the Guerra Civil, till 1946. From that moment, that has been used as a head office of the Franco's soldiers in Mallorca. After the war has been completely gone with the wind, forgotten, till the 80s, when a savings bank bought the whole building for being used just for culture. The entrance is for free. So today is in the afternoon. If you wish to, well, have a look, well, they are always exhibitions, and the building is absolutely gorgeous. On our right hand side, Teatro Principal, the main theater, is specialized in opera. We have also Ramblas in Palma. Here we are, obviously 20 times smaller than the Ramblas of Barcelona, because Palma is 20 times smaller than Barcelona. But, well, also like in Barcelona, Ramblas is a synonym not only as a lovely pedestrian street, also the place where for generations and generations, the Mallorquins and especially the Palmesans, they used to buy, even nowadays, flowers and plants. The name of the streets here close by, they are all called, for instance, Via. Via is like in Italian, like an avenue, a little bit bigger than a street. Via Rome, Via Germany, Via Portugal. All these all this area grew up from the 40s, I mean from Franco's period. So that's why the name of these avenues, streets or vias, they refer to places, especially in Europe. Well, not only in Europe, because we have here close by also Argentina Street. Argentina, like Germany because of Hitler, or Portugal, or Rome because of Mussolini. They were also important places who helped Franco from the 40s. So they refer this part of our history. Not only Spanish history, also European history, even Argentina. Also during that period, a lot of the Spanish, they moved to Argentina because of the mentality of Franco. So in that period from the 40s, a lot of Spanish Republicans, they used to move also to Argentina because in that period it was completely easy. In general, easy to go to Argentina because also, as you can imagine, the economical situation after the war in Spain was absolutely awful, terrible. Even nowadays, you know, the level of unemployment in Spain is the worst of our whole history, nearly 25%. So this is even worse than that in the 70s when Franco died. So we are living in this moment in Spain a horrible economical situation. In Mallorca it's not this bad. I have to say it's not this bad, but because of tourism, because, well, for years the economical situation, thanks to you, to our visitors, has been much better here than in other places in mainland, but, well, we are still in crisis here, also in Mallorca. Okay, let's forget our problems. You are on holidays, you are visiting my country. We go now to Plaza España, Spanish Square. Spanish Square, like Plaza Mayor, main square. These are two names that are very handy if you wish to travel all around Spain. Plaza España, Spanish Square, and Plaza Mayor, main square. The main square is normally in Spain the big square, normally always a pedestrian place, but that refers to the center of the historical city. We are arriving into Plaza España. It's a reference for transport. It's also because the all buses, the metro, the underground, the trains are running from this part, from Plaza España, exactly where we are right now arriving. And also on your right hand side, where you can see this monument of James the First, immediately on your right, also surrounded by flowers, plants, so on and so forth. Well, this is the monument that the city of Palma dedicated many years ago to our conqueror, James the First, the one here on your right. This is also the age of the historical town. I mean, on your right, from here, it's relatively easy to get or to arrive into the cathedral, just through pedestrian streets. So you just need more or less from here 20 minutes by foot to the cathedral. So the both ages, the both frontiers of our town, historical town, are Plaza España, where we are, and the cathedral, where we have stopped for a short time. Before I forget, I have confirmed about shuttle buses. Okay, all on board, please, at 5:30. The last shuttle bus is at 5. Normally, I never recommend to wait till the very last shuttle bus, because normally this used to be very, very crowded. So it's much better to take the previous shuttle bus, not to wait till the last one. But in any case, all on board, please, at 5:30. Last shuttle bus at 5. About the price of the cathedral, has increased. The entrance price relatively in a few from a few days, €6 per person, in case you wish to have a look. The other Corte Inglés of Palma, Corte Inglés like Marks and Spencer in UK. I don't know if you can recognize the tree here on your left hand side, the one in close by the traffic light. This is a really old olive tree. Now, just we are just living Palma, and even in the surroundings of Valldemossa, the village that we will visit today is also very popular because really old olive trees. Even in the place where you are invited to have a drink, that's why I gave you this tiny piece of papers. This tiny piece of papers should be given to the place, into the place where, well, you are invited to have a drink. There, even there, we will have the opportunity of having a picture, of enjoying a really old olive tree. How old could be these trees? For easily 500 years old. For clients remaining in Palma after the excursion, I always recommend you to not only to be concentrated only in the cathedral. If you just walk 3 minutes, 5 minutes into from the cathedral to the center of the town, before arriving into Plaza Mayor, you will recognize our town hall, because in front of the town hall, in the middle of the town, you will find a 1,000 years old olive tree, but taken from the area of Mallorca where we go right now. I mean, Mallorca, the isle, is more or less 2 times bigger than Tenerife, one of the most popular isles at the Canary Islands. If you have ever been in Martinique, this tiny isle in the middle of the Pacific, well, in this case, Mallorca is 3 times bigger than the Martinique. Okay, Mallorca can be divided in 3 different areas. The most important ones are Palma, because of our government, because of our population, because of the cathedral, so on and so forth, and then Tramontana, the name of the mountain range at the north of Mallorca, which is also the biggest, the largest area in Mallorca. It's completely protected. For years, centuries and centuries, Tramontana has been the most protected area in Mallorca. But from last year, for a little bit more than 1 year, Tramontana is not only protected. In Paris, in June 2011, we have received the certification of World Cultural Heritage of the UNESCO for our Tramontana. I don't know when, because as you can recognize, this is not big, it's huge. It's a monster. It's a Titanic, and we need a lot of money for finishing it. So in theory, that should be finished at the beginning of next year, but it's impossible. It's gonna be impossible because we need a lot of money to finish that. Okay, but well, we will see. Perhaps in the future. Okay, we are gonna stay inside the bus for a short time because Valldemossa, even when that remains well on our left hand side in Tramontana, at the Tramontana area, well, the roads, the ways, the streets, the beers are very, very good all over Spain and even especially here in Mallorca. That only remains 30 kilometers, sorry, 15 kilometers far away from Palma. So in less than half an hour you will have the opportunity of visiting the tiny village where at the 19th century the popular piano compositor Frédéric Chopin lived here in Mallorca for 3 months. Yeah, that's right. He wanted to visit Mallorca not only for admiring the view, for visiting our island. He visited Mallorca especially because he was very ill. He had TB. TB at the 19th century was more or less like nowadays AIDS. I mean, there was the typical illness that had not at the 19th century any solution. So the poor people with TB, they just try to improve their health. Like nowadays, more or less AIDS. So that's why he wanted to move into a different place. He wanted to leave France, where he